Oh yes, legends, we are live. We are going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin, of course, but many other interesting charts, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. Bitcoin getting a little bit of move to the downside right now. I want to be doing the technical analysis with you so we can understand what the heck is going on. Are we going to finally take out the $92,000 range? It does look like we're slowly grinding to the downside. Boring price action. Little bit of FUD with Tether. We've always had Tether FUD, guys, for the last few years. It's been just fine, okay? We are going to be going through different scenarios on the price of Bitcoin. Any movement to the downside is going to be the shakeout, in my personal opinion. There is some technical analysis to back up the reason, okay? Back up the reason why I do believe, even though we do get down to lower $80,000 range, that we will likely get a significant recovery, guys. There is some TA that backs this up. I want to make you understand that we are also inside a liquidity cycle that supposedly has begun, right? So we've seen the liquidity cycle beginning already. However, this is going to be even bigger entering into 2025. We do know that Donald Trump is coming into the White House, going to be the president in the US from next year, guys. We do have just 2 days to finish December as well. Will December end in the green? Because, hey, this is a little bit of a disappointment, right? Every time we did close September bullish, we've had the entire Q4 being bullish, right? Every September that's finished green, we've had entire Q4 being in the green. Now, just 2 days left. We're down 2.7%. Will it go into the green? Let me know in the comment section, legends. I'm going to go right away through the comment section. Make sure to destroy that like button. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Let's go right away. Smash up the like button. Yes, sir. We're going to get almost 100 likes. Let's go, guys. We're going to go through the pure Bitcoin technical analysis. As always, go through some different altcoins. I'm going to give you my opinion on some different altcoins, why we are inside a big buying zone on several altcoins. However, it's going to be a little bit shaky. It's not going to be that easy. There is some downside potential, which could be about 10 to 20% on average for some altcoins, but we need to hold on to these little bumps, and they are going to bring opportunity before we actually skyrocket, guys, into 2025, right? Will it be January? Will it be March? Okay. Are we going to see another 3, 4, 5x on these different altcoins? Forget about the 50x's, okay? Remember, we are looking for some 3, 4, 5, 6x's, right? Realistic. We need to take some profit. We need to buy at the good zones, guys. We need to buy low. We need to buy those pullbacks. When we're rocketing, we need to take the initial investment out, ride a free position. That's what we have been doing throughout different altcoins that we've been talking about throughout September, October, November. There's a couple of them that are in the red, guys, okay? I have to say, 𝗖𝗍𝗽 is the only one I can remember, right, in the back of my head, because there's a dozen that are basically in the green. Cadena, Cadena, Fowler Network, PRQ, you name it, right? We have a bunch of altcoins that have been exploding that we've been talking about throughout the last few months. We've been trying to spot some of them that were ready for the breakout. We just need to remain patient for these ones, which is 𝗖𝗍𝗽 is one of them, okay, which is slightly in the red, and we're like 40% down on this one. However, this is a low cap coin. We need to have good distribution, right? If we talk about a dozen of altcoins, if 10 of them do okay and 2 of them are in the red, well, eventually the ones that are doing okay are going to, without a doubt, okay, pick up with the potential unrealized losses from those different altcoins, right? This is the importance of diversification. We are going to be talking about mainly the Bitcoin price, guys, okay? I want to go through the global liquidity to try and make you understand what is to come into 2025, because the liquidity moves in cycles, M2, right? The money printing, basically, right? Money printing out of thin air you know, we are going to see some of this activity happening very aggressively just because we are in that cycle. And I want to also explain this on this chart, okay? Looking at the Bitcoin cycles, the liquidity cycle, and how everything points out that, you know, 2025 will be bullish no matter how many shakeouts we do have. Of course, stock market is something to take into consideration, right? Stock market, are we on the verge of, you know, something very similar to the crack of 1929? A lot of speculation throughout, you know, different bears out there, right? Because it's always curious to see the bears on Twitter or any, you know, X basically, or different platforms, saying that, you know, we are on the verge of a recession. We've been hearing this for years. I'm not sure where Michael Burry, what's his name from The Big Short? Michael Burry? Michael Burry. He's been bearish since 2015, right? So anyway, we cannot speculate of a recession, of a black swan event. We know that Donald Trump is coming in as president. I think this is going to be, you know, bullish, and we are in a liquidity cycle as well. We cannot deny that. So everything points out that the most likely scenario is to get bullish continuation, bull run to continue, because we are in a bull run, even though it doesn't look like it, right? When we take a look at the price of Bitcoin, you know, hey, we've been breaking all-time highs the last few months, right? We are in a bull run. However, people want more, right? We get greedy. It's like, was this it? Well, I mean, I sold a bit of my Bitcoin without a doubt, guys. Okay, we have to, right? I sold at 90K, slightly above 100K. You know, it's a good zone to start DCAing out, right? I'm not going to sell anymore. I'm going to hold on. I'm not buying in this area. I'm happy with the bag that I have, the profits that I've taken. I do think that $130,000, $150,000 in 2025 is very realistic. Then I'll think of DCA now. There will be a bear market coming, guys, at some point in 2025, late 2025. The thing is, the point is, we are going to continue, guys, okay? We will be continuing. I'll be telling you, you know, where I'm taking profits. Fowler Network, absolutely exploding, right? PRQ, 50% out with some profits, holding a moon bag. DCAing on Bitcoin throughout the last few years, you know, it is a moment to actually be conservative, right? Without a doubt, even though I believe that we should be continuing to higher levels. Anyway, how's that like button doing? We're just waiting for some people to join in, guys. You know, I know there's some other big channels live at the moment. Maybe you prefer to go and watch those guys, but we'll be going through that pure Bitcoin technical analysis and giving an explanation on, you know, what could happen throughout, you know, the movement, because like we do always, we're going to analyze the local structure. A little bit of higher time frame would be nice, right? A little bit of higher time frame, because we mainly focus on lower time frame, right? And I know a lot of people want to understand where we at in the cycle, right? And for all of those bears, let me just quickly, Black Swan event incoming, Black Swan incoming, says Jimbo Con. Don't say that. I am worried. I mean, I've got some cash on the sidelines, and I will be buying some dips, especially on altcoins, because I think where the money is going to be made into 2025 is altcoins. Okay, if you want to do a 2x on your spot buys, of course we day trade as well eventually, right? But we're talking about investments, and we'll be going through some possible day trades and swing trade scenarios throughout the stream. However, I'm going to buy some dips, and I'm going to be explaining just a couple of altcoins. I don't want to go crazy, right? We only need a couple of altcoins, guys. Imagine if we would have put, all right, most of our, you know, investment, right, into Fowler Network just last week, right? Just imagine we would have put 50% of our entire portfolio. I would have sold half of my Bitcoin, half of my Chainlink, and would have bought Fowler Network right over here, right, at the 10-11 cent zone just last week. Would have done a 5x, right? So, and then we talk about a dozen of cryptos, and lots of them are just basically not moving much. They move 10% up, 10% down, 15% down. Hey, what's going on? Why are my altcoins popping? Well, why didn't, you know, I did put a significant chunk on Fowler Network, okay, around about 25K. Right over here at the 10-11 cent zone, and, you know, made 100K, right? I haven't made 100K. They're unrealized profits, but I did take $50,000 out on this move. You know, the plan was very much clear. Oh, I should have put some more. I should have put, you know, all of my ICP, all of my, you know, some Bitcoin. You know, it's diversifying, guys. You know, once we spot a few of them and they make the pop, we make a 4 or 5x, golden, right? Absolutely golden. You just never know. We need to diversify. But today I got 2 altcoins that are high cap, okay? And, you know, I think they can do a realistic 3 to 4x in the next 1 to 2 months. Well, that's boring, right? Why can't you, you know, talk about a 5xer, right? Just like Fowler Network, they just took a few days to make a 5x. The ones that I got today, they are a realistic, high probable 3 to 4x, right? And of course, I'm deploying some significant chunks of my capital into them because I will be very happy with a 3, 4x, right? Me personally, if I put 25k and make 100k on a 4, 5x, bring it on, right? I'm going to leave a moon bag, so just it might be more profits, it might be even less profits, right, if we do enter a black swan event. But overall, it's highly likely that, you know, a couple of these cryptos, and with the technical analysis and understanding where we are at, that in the next couple of months, you know, we are looking for that 3 to 4x potential. And it all depends, you know, if you're putting $1,000, then you're probably going to make 3 or 4k, right? People are very happy with those returns. If you want to go more aggressive because you can afford to go a little bit aggressive, then, you know, you're looking at 10k, 20k, 50k, right? You name it, right? You name it. But, you know, this is the kind of thing that happens in crypto. I'll put 25k into this one, and then you always imagine, oh, I should have put 100k here, you know, would have made, you know, $400,000, $500,000, right? Just with a 100k investment in a matter of a few days. You never know, guys. You never know how explosive it could be. It's always good to diversify and look for the good projects that you know they are going to pump at some point. And I got a couple of them for you today, okay? But we need to be remaining a little bit patient, and that has to do because of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is looking a little bit bearish. It's looking a little bit bearish. It is downtrending, right? We got some speculation on X, which is not how I analyze the market, but we got the head and shoulder, right? If you are following different, you know, analysts out there on X, you will see how you find a head and shoulder structure, right? Throughout, you know, I think it's pretty much basic, but overall it makes sense even with the analysis that I'm going to provide today, which is a little bit more advanced, looking at Fibonacci, looking at the timing, looking at Elliott wave theory on the higher time frame. And it does make sense. We have actually been bearish throughout the last, you know, give or take week or so, right? Since we were moving down here, since we created this movement to the upside, you know, I have been quite bearish, right? Looking for this low to be hit. And that has to do with this 3-wave move up. This was not looking impulsive, no power. With this movement down, hitting the 0.88 Fibonacci, which gives you a high probability that that low is going to be claimed at some point in the next coming days, that all of this is likely going to be an ABC move, right? You know, either a zigzag because you didn't take the low, or a flat because you did hit the 0.9. So you know, I was considering this a flat already, and then looking for a little bit of bearish momentum. We need to talk about the previous stream because, you know, I did see the possibility that we were going to form a flat here, right? And we didn't, right? We did not recover successfully beneath this low. You know, I was looking at this as a potential 1-wave, 2-wave, and then maybe a flat happening here. It did not happen in entering into the weekend. We know weekends are very boring, so we were just flat throughout the weekend. Got a little move up throughout Sunday, then flat here again, and then down. We are moving down on the price of Bitcoin right now, so I have to say, we got several counts and several scenarios here throughout this price action that there is a very bearish one. There is eventually a very, very bearish one, and we should be seeing some pretty significant, powerful drops, maybe in the next coming hours, guys. I don't want to be the bear, but it just points out that we could get an aggressive move down in the next coming minutes even, right? The next coming minutes. Now, the Tether FUD is bullish, right? short term, we are bearish. We need to pay attention. You know, I have been bearish throughout the last week just to take out this low, okay? And take out this low means, yeah, 89K, 85K, absolutely anything in this region I think is realistic. Since we formed this price action, I've been leaning a little bit more on the bearish side that this low will be taken in the next coming days and we will not come to all-time high. I think most of the people did understand that, right? Most of the people actually acknowledged that, yeah, this is it, right? This is, you know, this is going to go to lower levels in the next coming days after this aggressive move down and this choppiness based on the explanation from the previous live streams, right? So have been bearish already since we formed this move up, right? Since we formed this move up, I was already looking for a possible flat. If we formed a higher low, I was looking for this high to be taken and then roll down, whether that was going to be here or it was going to be here. So far, so good. The price is moving as the highest probability was suggesting, right? Suggesting, which is at some point eventually taking out $92,000. Now the question comes, what comes next after taking out $92,000? What are the levels that we are looking for? And are we expecting a massive recovery? Because I have been short-term bullish, but I am mid-long-term bullish. Okay, did I say bullish? I'm short-term bearish, sorry, but I'm mid-long-term bullish. This drop highly likely to get a massive recovery entering into 2025. Will it be mid-January? Will it be late January? Well, we're just going to have to check the reactions and the consolidations and understand the waves that we have been forming here to the downside, which is the zone that needs to hold as support, where we are expecting a bounce, legends. Okay, there's so many interesting charts that I want to share with you, so I need you to stay tuned. Let me just quickly say hello to the beautiful community. Okay, smash up the like button right away, because I want to see that like going crazy, because I will give you the technical reasons, all right, and some fundamental reasons that the price will recover after going to 89, 85, right? Low $80,000. The drop is very much expected, so we're not going to be fearful about it, right? We won't be fearful about it. I caught XRP bottom, says Eric. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Let me just quickly say hello to the beautiful community. First of all, I want to ask you, all right, on a poll, is the crypto bull run over? Let me know right away, yes or no, guys. We asking here, the community, is the crypto bull run over? I want to, you know, people, yes or no. What do you think? Let me know. What do you think if the cryptocurrency bull run is over? We're going to see stock market starting correcting. Of course, we know that Bitcoin and crypto is highly correlated to the stock market. If Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, right, starts collapsing here into 2025, this is going to be affected, right? The crypto market will be affected on a big stock market correction. That is inevitable, right? We are highly correlated to the stock market. So I want to see those votes coming in, guys. We're just under 200 votes. 80% of people say no. Okay, that's good. That's good. Some people are, you know, there's still not much shakeouts. Not many shakeouts. That means probably that we need to go to slightly lower levels, which is kind of expected. Trump says cryptocurrency in inauguration speech. Y'all ain't bullish enough. Yes, that is very true. Very true. Let's go right away. ADA is king in altcoin season. You could say it's doing very good. Let me just quickly say hello. Castro, how are you? How is Tether news bullish? Makes no sense in my opinion. It will force many people to close their Tether positions even if they are in a loss. If Binance, yeah. I mean, it's bullish after all of the crap happens, right? So we need to understand the cycle of it, right? It's like, how is the C19 crash bullish for stocks? Everything's crashing, right? We don't know when we're going to get a recovery, right? All of that has to see, you have to see the invert side of it, right? It is short-term bearish just to bring a massive bullish reaction after, right? So, you need to kind of see the outcome of it, right? Of course it is short-term bearish, right? As you are saying, lots of people, going to have to close the different positions, right, that they have on US dollar Tether. But, this short-term bearishness will bring a massive recovery later on, right? This is how it works. So some alts are going to nuke hard with US dollar Tether gone, but I ain't selling alts. I don't care. All cash I have is in US dollar Tether too, says 𝗕𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗫. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Where is US dollar Tether going? It ain't going nowhere, okay? It ain't going nowhere. It's all about regulations in Europe. Some exchanges not, going to delist, right? Coinbase in Europe, all of this. It ain't going to go nowhere. Ain't going to disappear from the face of the earth. It's too big of a company and, a stable coin. And you just relax. We're going to see this, not going anywhere anytime soon. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm just a crazy guy on YouTube. We might disappear from the face of the earth, right? Entering into 2025. We might wake up, right? January the 1st and, Tether is no longer on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. It's disappeared. All of the exchanges don't have Tether. That is unlikely to happen, guys. Okay, so at least if you're out Europe, right? Will Bitcoin go to 88K, sir? I think it has a high chance. It has a high chance. Okay, we'll be going through the technical analysis. We've got lots of people jumping on the stream. Let's see if we do crack the $1,000, the 1,000 people watching, and then we'll focus on the Bitcoin technical analysis. I am disappointed still on the like button. We can get over 200 likes, guys, in the next coming seconds. I know we can. And then we'll crack on through the price of Bitcoin. We're going to do a little bit of higher time frame, right? Because as we do daily analysis. Took a little break in the weekend, guys. Bitcoin hasn't been doing much, just slowly grinding to the downside. But now is where we, possibly going to see a little bit of volatility entering into 2025, closing the month of December tomorrow. Higher time frame. We always focus on the local moves, right? This, that, the other. So far, the last week, has been highly predictable that we were going to, this was going to be part of a correction. We'll be going sideways and slightly to the downside here to finally take out $92,000. So we're just $800 away in taking out $92,000. So far, the analysis was kind of leaning to the highest probability scenario, right? Which is, coming down back to 92K zone. So now we need to understand, okay, after doing the higher time frame analysis, which is going to be simple, it's going to be fast, it's going to be, then we're going to focus on the local lower time frame analysis and understand what the heck is going on and what can we expect on the possible move down. Will we go to 88K? Will we go to 85K? Where are we going to bounce? What projections do we have? Looking at Fibonacci extension, the waves, the timing. We need to understand this, guys, so we know where exactly the price could bottom out and have a massive reversal in the next coming weeks. Okay, so all of this is going to be explained throughout this stream, okay? So you need to stay tuned so we can, understand the situation. Let's go through higher time frame, sorry. Let's go higher time frame and understand a little bit. Cup and handle. Let's get this out of the way for the moment. Understand, guys, the bear market low of 2022 in November when we had the FTX collapse, right? Oh my goodness, the best moment to get into Bitcoin and crypto. not so many cryptos have had massive returns since November 2022. Bitcoin doing about a 6x or so, very, very good throughout, just under 2 years. Muy bien. But we need to understand how we've moved up here, right? How have we moved up here? And, I can count 5 waves already. So, hey, was this it? Was this the 5-wave move up? Was this the bull run already? We front-run the timing. We are all expecting 2025 to be extremely bullish. Well, this is when Bitcoin doesn't perform extremely well. You might get Bitcoin doing a 2x, realistic 2x, maybe, entering into 2025. So you're not going to make huge gains unless you're day trading and you're leverage trading with good risk management, knowing what you're doing. Then, of course, we're going to make some gains looking at, Bitcoin technical analysis and trading. However, regarding buying and holding, realistically, in the next 3 to 9 months, you're going to do a 2x on Bitcoin, right? Possibly, right? Going to 180K, maybe 200K, right? Maybe. So the opportunities mainly are going to come into altcoins, all right? That is, we cannot discuss that. But of course, these dumps, these local dumps are going to affect altcoins a lot. You're going to get a 10, 15, 20% extra correction on altcoins. And everybody's going to be like, oh my goodness, what the heck's going on? Fowler Network saved the day. Saved the day. It was one of the only altcoins that did a 5x, except for some other meme coins and maybe a couple of AI cryptos, right, throughout the last few weeks. But Fowler Network was the best performing crypto, one of the best performing, right, in the last week. So that saved the day without a doubt. Managed to cash in, some significant gains on that. We'll focus on the lower time frames, legends. We're coming close to 92K. We have some time, okay? Let's understand a little bit of the higher time frame perspective on this, because yeah, you could arguably discuss, right? Anybody that has a little bit of knowledge on Elliott wave theory and the waves, right? Not taking into consideration the 4-year cycle theory, Donald Trump entering into, being president, right? From 2025. Without counting all of the different fundamentals, that are bullish and the 4-year cycle theory and the global liquidity cycle, right? We're going to see the money printer going on. Without counting all of that, just counting the technical analysis, Elliott wave theory, you could discuss that, hey, we formed a 5-wave move up here. The most impulsive being the 3rd wave. That's it, right? Party's over, my man. If we do get another leg up to the upside, I would even be a little bit skeptical that we are going to go to 200K, right? Or even 150K. I think that, I am expecting another leg up, but I'm in doubt that this leg up is going to be powerful enough. There is one scenario on a higher time frame which is going to be countered from this wave 4. All right, we're going to do a little bit of micro counts here to try and understand, do we have one more leg to the upside in 2025 here on Bitcoin to get above $110,000, $120,000, which I do think is the highest probability scenario. And I'm going to share a little bit, why I do believe that, looking at the latest wave, right? Because the latest wave is going to give us that information. If you only do higher time frame, you're like, okay, this is it, guys. We got 5 waves up, bear market. This was the top. That's it, guys. We got 5 waves on the higher time frame, but this is when we, go a little bit more advanced, right? The people that, do have a little bit of more knowledge and, really focus on what's going on here, right? And micro count this scenario. It makes sense, right, that the highest probability is, once you dip down below $90,000, you will likely see a recovery back up to all-time highs. And that's going to be explained, of course, okay? So higher time frame, yes, we got 5 waves. However, the question is, and the most bullish case scenario, of course, would be a 112, which is unlikely, right? Entering that super cycle. Donald Trump president, right? Global liquidity cycle where we are going to see trillions of dollars being printed to save a possible black swan event, right? Recession, economy crash. And, you know, we just enter that massive third wave here. We're just going to get a small correction. And, you know, we're still in a third wave, right? In the bull run, we need to form a 4-5, and we're going above 200K. That's the, you know, regardless if that is going to be the case, we need to break above all-time high. You know, we will talk about the most bullish case scenario once we get above all-time high, just to see the volume, the projections, the waves that we're forming. For the moment, this is why I don't like taking a look at higher time frame, guys, to be honest, because we need so much information that is going to take weeks that we haven't got yet. So yeah, speculating on these projections is like, you know, it's like really random, right? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, never mind in the next coming weeks. So we need to analyze more local stuff. So inside of this fifth wave, the question is, have we finished the bull run? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Have we finished? Now is when we go ever so slightly to lower time frames, 4-hourly time frame, and understand a little bit of this move. And this was a very, very complex correction, guys. Anybody that is doing analysis based on Elliott wave theory is going to go absolutely bananas on what are the different possibilities here. The clearest scenario is in the end that we did form a triangle here, okay? Which is, you know, some people, very basic, are going to say, okay, we formed an A, B, C move right there. And, you know, this is basically it, right? That was it, right? Zigzag right there, and we started the waves right over here. However, when you micro count this, you know, what makes more sense is that you formed a WXY like this. In a W, a flat right over here, running flat, and then you formed the triangle in a Y right over here, which is, you know, very, very complex scenario. This is the highest probability when you do micro count all of this, that this has been a large WXY in a fourth wave. This is the higher time frame fourth wave, right? Now the fifth wave eventually, you know, all-time high, 100K and rest of it. So is this fifth wave finished? That is the question, right? When we do analyze this triangle scenario right over here, right? In a triangle, in a WXY, you want that A, B, C, D, E right there. So this is the moment that you start breaking out from this zone. This is the moment where you start breaking out in September from the corrective structure. So now is when we count the different possibilities. How have we moved up here? How, you know, this is when you go absolutely crazy. And, you know, how have we moved all the way up here? And has this finished? Now, what I see here from this fourth wave, when we started out, is a first initial pump, right? One pump here. Then a zigzag, you got a wave one. Then you have this second pump right over here, which you can speculate it was a flat right there, running flat as well. So you've got two waves, 1, 2. This is not a third wave, it is ever so slow. So you got a double 1, 2. Then you got the third wave here to the upside, which is very explosive. That's what you want to see, the third wave more aggressive. And right over here in this third wave, and I would count it all the way up to here, is where we have the fourth correction, which has to be the flat structure here. Has to be a kind of a flat. So we got the third wave, fourth wave, and we need another fifth wave here. That's what I'm speculating on for the price of Bitcoin after dropping down beneath $90,000, 89, 85, you name it. We're going to go through the lower time frames right now to talk about the projections, but everything points out that we need another 4-5, you know, maybe a double 4-5-4-5, just because you got this double 1-2, 1-2, 3. Yeah, 4 in a flat, 5, 4, 5. yeah, potentially you have another 4, 5, 4, 5 to finish this fifth wave. Just because of this double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So yeah, without a doubt, everything points out that we need, okay, a couple of more 4, 5s to the upside, at least one more to take out all-time high. Okay, now it's where it comes interesting. We were expecting $92,000 to be hit just in the last week anyway, guys, regardless. So higher time frame points out that we need to hold somewhere in this zone, right? Now is where we're going to go zoom in and take a look at the Fibonacci levels, which exact levels don't need to be broken down. And I'll go through I'll go through the comment section. All right, is close to the low. The 1.6 fib extension is close to the low. Yeah, I'll go through the comment section, guys. I really want to read the comments here to see your opinions. 𝗕𝗏𝗆 said we had a 1-2-1-2 setup, so we get 4-5-4-5. Says Eric, absolutely. 𝗕𝗏𝗆 and I, we talk, we chat, we share the screen. We you know, right now 𝗕𝗏𝗆 is having some days off. But when he's back, we'll be focusing on the most probable scenarios back in the Legends trading community on Discord to project the different, you know, scenarios as always, as we do every day. But we want to focus on the lower time frames, right, to look at the different projections. Okay, so bear with me here, guys. Bear with me. But if this is a double 1-2 setup, and this has been a third wave, 4-5. Yeah, well, yeah, you could technically say, you know, there's possibly one more 4-5 or 2 4-5s more. You know, you could potentially count a 4-5 here, 4 in a flat with this wick down, and then 5, and now you're forming the 4-5. However, you don't want that fourth wave to go below the fourth wave on the third wave, right? So if this is a third wave, you know, you do not want to see the second 4-5 dipping below the fourth wave of the third wave. You know, that's kind of no bueno, not good. You always form, okay, a higher low on the second 4-5, right? You never go beneath that 4-5. Well, you can go beneath it eventually. Yeah, you can go beneath it. My bad. You can go beneath it, but it is kind of rare. It is rare. Sorry, my bad. You can go beneath the 4-5 from the third wave. What is most important regarding Fibonacci here is the second 1-2. And if we counting all of this as the third wave, and we are going to get a 4-5 and then another 4-5 in 2025, okay? What we need to consider is Fibonacci from this zone, okay? This is the area where we need to take a look at Fibonacci, and we do not want to cross successfully the 50% Fibonacci, right? Now, I'm going to go, you know, because there could be some other counts here. You know, could this be another 1-2-1-2 here? I am going to count this as a running flat. Even though you could say it's 1-2-1-2-1-2, you could. But, you know, we can take a look at Fibonacci from both of these pivots. The thing is that the fourth wave, we do not want it to hit the golden pocket from these two pivots, right? We're going to have a little bit of a range where we could analyze the situation on where the price could bottom out. Okay? And as you can see, the 50% Fibonacci zone, right? You can dip below it. However, you would not want to hit the golden pocket, which is at the very low $80,000 range. This is the moment that there will be a lot of doubt. There will be a lot of doubt if this wave 5 has already been completed. The moment you start hitting $80,000, there will be a lot of doubt. A lot of doubt that we're going to have another leg up here. Because no fourth wave should correct that much. So it's going to be very interesting. I do believe, right, we're going to have to analyze very carefully, guys, this potential flash crash liquidity grab that we do not break down successfully from 50% Fibonacci. We can wick beneath it. We can trade ever so slightly below it, but we cannot hit $80,000. The moment we hit it, we have to be very much in doubt of continuation of the bull run for Bitcoin into 2025, just because it doesn't give market structure support, Elliott wave support, if we do cross the $80,000. Okay, because that fourth wave cannot retrace that much if we are speculating in a double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. You know, this would be the danger zone coming down to $80,000. So we do expect the $85,000 region, if it were to be hit, to maintain as support. That is, if we do get an aggressive drop, guys, I will be ready to jump into that falling knife. Okay, I have a strategy and I want to share that strategy with you, just in case we do get the drop, because I don't, you know, there are some certain levels that I'm interested in, but I am a day trader. I know the exact levels where I want to get in and the exact stop losses, and I know a large percentage of you viewing this right now, you play the easy game, but the dangerous game, right? The easy game is dangerous. The difficult game is not that dangerous, right? The difficult game is paying attention, setting alerts, waiting patiently for the levels, be focused on when to get that alert, how to execute the trade, manage your risk. That is the difficult part of trading. That is the part that I am going to be playing. You are probably playing the easy game, right? Which is very dangerous. I'm going to just set a few limit orders, wait for that wick, okay? Get all my limit longs, and I'm going to play the profitable game. You know, we're going to recover anyway, so we don't know if we're going to recover, right? We don't know. Very likely, yes, but this is dangerous, right? You might get that extra wick down that probably can go to 80K. Depending on how much leverage, you know, you need to be a little bit careful. So let's go right away. This is the ultimate zone where Bitcoin does not need to reach $79,000 to $81,000. We do not want the price of Bitcoin reaching this zone, because this will be the moment that we could enter in doubt. Yes, we can get a bounce, but I will be a little bit skeptical of that bounce, guys. I would be skeptical of the bounce here, just like I was very skeptical on that bounce when we did form this movement down back in 2021, the beginning of 2021, right? In April, May, where we got this very, very choppy distribution. The moment I exited, 25% of my crypto was on this bounce because of a distribution pattern that happened right over here. The highest probability was to form a lower high here, and this was the moment to get out of the market. I should have taken more profits, but we just basically DCA out, DCA in, right? This is how we play the game. It's the most effective way. You're never going to buy the exact bottom. You're never going to sell everything at the exact high, but you're going to make profits regardless, right? So if we were to drop down so aggressively, you know, I would be really in doubt. We're going to have to be analyzing that bounce. I don't think we will get down to $80,000, guys. But if we do, market collapses for some reason, I will be in doubt of the bounce that happens here. Okay, we're going to have to analyze a little bit of that recovery and how we move up, but it will definitely be breaking the overall structure here. counting the possibility of Elliott wave theory coming down to $80,000. So that, you know, we just need to be cautious to see what happens and take action if that were to happen, right? On the bounce, I would consider ever so slightly DCAing out, you know, have a little bit of an exit strategy, but we'll analyze if that happens, right? We'll be here live anyway. We'll be doing those live streams, but it's important to note, okay, that this is really a danger zone. You might think that is the moment that you're going to panic sell. Don't be silly, right? Don't sell the bottom. I won't be selling the bottom, but I will be very much analyzing the bounce, okay? I will be analyzing very careful the bounce, because that's going to give us a lot of information to see if, you know, if it looks healthy, if it looks not too healthy. So we just really don't want to touch this level, the low 80K zone. 80K, yeah, give or take 1,000 up, 1,000 down, depending on which pivot you're using here on this wave. So now let's talk about the bullish case, which is the highest probability scenario. I don't think we're going to reach down to $80,000. I mean, it's only a $12,000 move from current price levels. So it ain't that much for Bitcoin to get that drop nowadays, right? It will be a pretty significant drop eventually, but it's not that much of a move nowadays, right? When Bitcoin's at 100K zone. A $10,000 move when Bitcoin was at 20K was a lot, but now it seems like not that much. Let's talk about the bullish case scenario on the higher time frame, which I think is highly likely. I'm in no long positions at the moment. No long positions. You know, I had a short here from a few days ago based on the rejection. The rejection that we talked about on this ABC flat. We were talking about 5-wave move here that played out really nice. Double topping here, speculating on an ABC flat, even though double top here, right? Or reaching this level. There was 2 technical levels to look for a possible short. One of them was this one. We got the rejection from this one, giving us that double top scenario, swing failure pattern, right? 5th wave, whatever you want, right? We were speculating on an ABC flat, 5-wave move up, giving you that entry zone and your stop loss, and, you know, entering into a couple of shorts, adding to the position. Also, if you are interested, guys, Weeks is an awesome platform, okay? Weeks, you just need an email and a password to sign up, guys. You got the biggest bonus available down below in the description. Weeks or Bluffin is absolutely great. It's a great alternative to Bybit or other exchanges, right, where you need to give more information. Weeks and Bluffin are great alternatives because you just need an email and a password, and they are very legit platforms. You can trade Bitcoin and hundreds of altcoins right over there, guys. Check out the link in the description to sign up to Weeks, okay? Just an email and a password, and you'll be trading in a matter of minutes. So continuing here, throughout the analysis, guys, right, we're building up here, we're building up and just getting ready for the outcome, right? Just getting ready on the potential move down. And there is liquidity down there, guys. There is liquidity, right? Not sure if I'm in the middle here. Yes, I am, as always. There is some significant liquidity here below 92K, right? There's hundreds of millions of dollars of long liquidations. There's also a lot of liquidity, you know, at 100K, above 100K, that will be building up, right? For all of those bears and people that shorting. This is why a 4-5 is the highest probability. So get that shakeout before entering into 2025, and then bottom out somewhere in between, you know, $90,000 and $85,000, give or take that $5,000 range on the higher time frame. But we'll be going more specific on this stream at the most important levels, right? The most important levels that we need to pay attention. And we're going to go from the most aggressive drop, right? And the best level that I do see, right? If we were, let's just speculate, because there are some levels here that we can day trade. But for all of those, you know, all of those people that see the most bearish scenario, and the most bearish scenario for me is getting a $7,000 to $8,000 drop from current price levels and actually testing $85,000 area, right? Give or take, not exact, never exact, right? But round about that range. And that has to do with extension. It has to do with Fibonacci. It has to do with the sweep of the first higher low after a major pump that we had in November. The first higher lows right there, grinding up here. We need to note that on the spot exchanges, that movement down that we had on the 5th of December did not sweep up this low. Okay, so we got significant higher lows here. And one of the most interesting levels is, without a doubt, $85,000. It's the first higher low after a major pump that we had in November, going from $75,000 all the way up to $90,000. This was a $15,000 pump in a matter of a few days. And the first higher low is this one right over here at 85,200, right? Give or take, depending on the exchange. This area is like it's like the ultimate bouncing zone. It would be a pretty aggressive drop of almost $8,000 from current price levels. People will be like, oh my goodness, right? What the heck is going on? This area is a bouncing zone. And there is many technical reasons to believe so, which I'm going to explain right away, right? We need to back up, right? This ain't that random box, guys. My orange box right over here, which is support because we have a, you know, an order block or whatever. No. There's a little bit more to it, okay? I'm going to explain that. Of course, you want to find those channels that explain, you know, why is this support? Just, you know, give me some explanations, right? Show me your skills, show me your knowledge, right? And explain me, why do you think this area would be the ultimate bouncing zone for Bitcoin, where it could actually bottom out before it goes back up to all-time high? And this is, guys, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, okay? It's just in case we get a collapse of, you know, $7,000-8,000. If the price suddenly starts, you know, we get these kind of flash crashes, right? They do happen. And this is the best zone where it could happen. This is the best area, right? You got some people talking about the head and shoulder, which is, you know, it kind of backs up also the reason that I'm talking about here based on the waves and scenarios. You know, this is a zone for a flash crash. You know, we need to understand that flash crashes happen in this zone when you're uptrending like this and you're losing steam, right? This is just, you're not moving like this. Price action looks very poor here, right? It just doesn't look like it has steam, right? And the moment you get these liquidity grabs, flash crashes, is basically with this choppiness, right? With this kind of choppiness. And you kind of got a little bit of a confirmation here, breaking here the market structure, right? Where you have higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher low. This was a higher low on spot, okay? So we count that as a higher low, higher high, breakdown here, lower low, giving you the chance of a lower high here. So, you know, this is the moment that you're like, okay, you know, we have broken this local market structure with this recent move down on the, you know, 19th, 20th of December. So, you know, it makes sense that we form a lower high here at some point, as we've been discussing last week, and then finally take out $92,000, which we are, you know, very close to taking out. So if we do get a flash crash dump, you know, this is the moment where it happens, right? I don't want to be the bear and the you know, the guy that is making people fearful. It's just be aware that this is the zone where you could get that kind of move. Now is, you know, if you are looking to catch a falling knife, imagine longing here the SFP right there on the futures exchange, right? Imagine having this level ready. Imagine having this level ready and longing the recovery after wicking beneath this low with stop loss. Well, you know, you came back up to all-time high, right? The gains after that move, you know, we got a $12,000 move on Bitcoin and a stop loss of, you know, 1,500. So, I mean, the risk to reward was massive. Imagine having this plan ready in advance, you know, and this is why you're here. We're going to give that plan ready in advance on the worst case scenario, which is getting to $85,000 and recovering very aggressively based on the technicals. So, first of all, analyzing the you know, higher time frame fourth wave and analyzing the 112, right? 3, 4, 5. We're expecting another 4, 5, right, to come. Most important fib level, 50%, right? Most important, you don't want the price successfully moving down, and successfully moving down means you don't recover from it and you hit golden pocket. You can wick beneath it, you can trade beneath it, but ultimately you're not looking at the $80,000 range, which is the golden pocket zone, right, from this area to be hit. This is where it comes interesting, right? Looking at Elliott wave theory, everything points out that we should not break down successfully $85,000, right? 86, 85, give or take. We can hit 84, 83. This is higher time frame. Not only with Elliott wave theory, this is the zone where the price needs to bounce. It is also because we have the first higher lows after this major move up. And I love these levels. I love these levels. These levels are so good. They're so good. This is an ultimate swing failure pattern level right over here at 85,200. This is an epic level, sweeping up the first higher lows after this major pump that we got on the higher time frame. This is the first higher low from this choppiness that we've had throughout November and December. It's the perfect storm here to get a massive bounce. When we analyze the all-time high movement down and this flat scenario right over here, if we take a look at the projection on Fibonacci extension from all-time high to the low of that major drop that happened throughout the 19th, 20th of December, and the lower high formed here, okay, which is basically last Thursday, 1-to-1 extension is ever so slightly beneath this low. I mean, ever so slightly, about $1,500. Almost kind of hitting the zone that we do not want the price to hit. A 1-to-1 extension from this move is at just slightly below $84,000. That is where we do have the Fibonacci levels that need to hold, and the liquidity grab from the first higher low after this major pump that we had in November. This is the ultimate recovery zone. I'm going to be ready. I've got some alerts set right there. This could be an epic swing long position that we might never get, guys. I mean, this is a drop of $8,000, $9,000. Will we get it? I don't know if we're going to get it, but if we start dropping down and get a major flash crash and I get the alert set on my phone, I want to long this recovery from this low. 1-to-1 extension. I am still speculating on that higher time frame fourth wave, zigzag move, and we explained as well how there is, it's a high chance that this is not a wave one. The main reason why is because inside of this movement down, we have 7 waves. There's no such thing as 7 waves. This is why it's unlikely that this is a wave 1. This is a wave 2. And we're going to form a wave 3 here, right? And go to the 1.618 extension, right? Which would be the common wave 3 target zone, right? $73,000. I know a lot of you people will say, yeah, we're going down to 75 or even 70K. This is unlikely that we are actually going to come down here. This is the unlikely scenario. Will it happen or not? Take it with a grain of salt. I can't say it could not happen. I can only say it's the unlikely scenario, right? Based on the probabilities. And this scenario is unlikely. Do you know why? It's thanks to this movement down. This has given me information. This movement down has given me information to tell me that it's unlikely that we're going to go down below $80,000 successfully. Thanks to the rejection that we had from all-time high. Thank you, rejection from all-time high. I have the information that I need, and I know what is the highest probability outcome after a possible aggressive drop of a few $1,000s in the next coming days. Thanks to this rejection right over here, which is telling me that it's unlikely to be a wave 1. Very unlikely. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We're going down to 60K, right? 70K. Unlikely. Why? Because we have a 5-wave move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, not a 5-wave move, a 7-wave move. There's no such thing as a 7-wave move. The only thing that you can come to the conclusion is you have a double zigzag. Because if this were to be a 5-waver and you're speculating on a double 1-2, right? And we were speculating on a double 1-2 here when we were dropping down, right? We talked about the rejection exactly from this level that was also shorted, right? This movement up, coming all the way up to from this pivot high, if I'm not mistaken, to the pivot low. Yeah, we were talking about we are not going to hit the golden, well, this is your invalidation, which is basically where you put your stop loss, unless you hit 50% and you reject from 50% and you're entering here. Sorry, guys. And you're entering here on the, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Right, well, you know, just to give a, when we were analyzing this drop here on the streams, we talked about the 1-2 from all-time high right there, and we also mentioned the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completing here the third wave. I mean, what color can I put this? My goodness, so you guys can see. And we were talking about this being a 5th wave, right? Sorry, guys, I just want to give that explanation here, and I'm just, my goodness, from old analysis. But it, you know, there is a reason. There is a reason for this. My goodness, what am I doing? 4 and 5. You know, this was an outcome that we were looking at. It did not. It didn't take out the low, but we shorted this level, right? You know, the golden pocket was in our invalidation, because what we were speculating on here was 1 wave, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete that 3rd wave in the green, and then form a 4, 5, take out the low. As this did not happen, it means that we are in a very large correction, and we're going to take out all-time high in the coming weeks. Just because we did not take out the low here. Just because we did not take out the low last week. which is great. It's awesome because it tells me what is the most likely scenario to happen in the coming weeks, which is take out all-time high, regardless, dropping down to $85,000. So thanks to this move, and this is why we're talking about this move, guys. It's just understanding that this has given me so much information on what's happening next. What is the highest probability scenarios on happening next. And this is also why we came to the conclusion of this ABC flat. So far, so good. Playing out very nicely. Still moving down. So thanks to this movement not taking out the low at this stage, because even though we're looking to take it out later on, but it just invalidates this scenario, this being a wave 1, and then wave 2 and wave 3, and we're going to drop down aggressively to 60k, right, or much lower levels. So the bullish case scenario on higher time frame is still very much in play, thanks to this movement down. So if this was not wave 1, because we did not complete a 5-wave structure, and we only formed a 7-wave move down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's no such thing as an impulse with 7 waves, you come to the conclusion that this was a double zigzag. Double zigzag is kind of a 7-wave move, because what you have is a WXY where you have a zigzag. You got another small zigzag right over here in the correction, and then another zigzag here. Double zigzag in a WXY without taking out this low, giving you the high chance that this is an A wave. So with that said, not much more to say. With that said, if the price breaks down, we are looking for a pretty epic recovery in the most bearish case, which is, a big zigzag right there, right? Corrective structure in the next coming days. Looking for an insane recovery in this zone if we were to drop down there. Now, there is other scenarios, guys, of course, okay? This is only if the price is going to drop down there, because I don't know what the heck is going to happen next. But with this analysis that I provided here, it is extremely likely, okay? Extremely likely that if we do get a liquidity grab, we drop down, sweep up those hundreds of millions of dollars of long liquidations, that if the price flash crashes or gets an aggressive drop of several $1,000s, 6, 7, 8, right, from current price zone, and we do manage to drop down below these lows, this is going to be my guideline. The 50% Fibonacci area from that, based on the higher time frame explained just about 20 minutes ago. This is the guideline. This is the zone that when the price is beneath this zone, I'm personally not interested in taking the long, but the recovery and acceptance back inside of this zone is where I'm going to long, where I'm going to have my stop loss. I won't be longing the exact low because I don't know if we're going to smash through, right? I don't think it's going to happen, but what I need to see is a recovery back above these lows, back above the 50%, get the wick done, and I want to see the sign of support. Once we get this reaction bounce, I'll be long in here, here, here. It doesn't matter. I'll have my stop loss down here, and I will be expecting that recovery after a few days once that low is hit. Now, I don't know if the price is going to come down there. Well, that was pretty crappy. I thought you were a technical analyst and you were going to predict the next move. That was very much, disappointing. I am unsubscribing right now because I think you're full of crap. This is, if we come down there, this is the zone that I expect a huge major recovery. I don't know if we're going to go down there, but I know it has a high probability in bouncing. That is what you want to hear from a technical analyst. So maybe you're not happy. There's other scenarios, guys, that I want to talk about, but it's, my goodness, I've been over an hour on the stream just talking about this, but it's important to understand why. We talked about the higher time frame, looking at the bear market lows from 2022, trying to understand this movement to the upside and understanding this latest wave, speculating that we are in the fifth wave, and micro counting this breakout over here and understanding that we probably have another 4-5 and maybe another 4-5 to the upside. But this is the zone of interest. If this were to happen, right? If we were to get the breakdown. So it's important to go in detail here, guys. I hope you understand that, you know, I've been an hour talking about Bitcoin analysis, right? And you might get other channels that might just talk about the head and shoulder scenario and say that we're going to break down. This is the head right over here. We got a bit of a humpback Notre Dame head and shoulder scenario right there. And we're going to break down and come down to $75,000, $77,000. And that we're going to break down here and we're going to get a bounce. We're going to retest the neckline and we're going to continue to the downside to hit the target of the head and shoulder. And then the price very likely is just going to smash through that neckline and doesn't give a damn of your head and shoulder, which would be the very likely outcome of that scenario if we bounce in this zone, because there's more to it, not just a crappy textbook pattern, guys. Come on. So yeah, the breakdown is likely, but we need to understand that, you know, this is the area that will likely maintain ground. So there's other scenarios. There's other scenarios. There's local aggressive scalp and day trades. There's local aggressive scalps and day trades, guys, which is on these spot exchanges. Let's bring out here BTC on Binance or Coinbase on spot. And remember that, yeah, we're just about taking out those lows, guys. It's going to be aggressive. We got a couple of levels. We're going to go through the lower time frames right away, guys, because we might be hitting those levels. But anyway, what I want to explain is that wick was not taken here. Just coming down to take out 92K as we speak. As we speak, we've taken it out. You might create a short-term swing failure pattern here, but oh my goodness, this is aggressive. I wouldn't go too crazy here on that long position. I think we could be dropping to lower levels. There is danger in this scenario, guys, and this has to do with, you know, regardless, we're getting a bounce here after sweeping up this low. I'm not interested in this long, guys, and there is a reason why. I think it's very aggressive. I would be more interested maybe in a quick aggressive scalp long from that pivot low right over here on the 26th of November at 90,700, give or take, depending on what exchange you're looking at. And a daily level that we also have very close to that zone. I mean, not extremely close, but, you know, close to the area, which is slightly below $90,000. I'm just going to put it here on Coinbase. So we, you know, it's an untapped daily level that we do have from price action in November, right, which is a daily close and open that has not been tapped. Matter of fact, this one hasn't been tapped either on Coinbase, but yeah, no, not interested in this daily level, if I'm honest with you. And there is a technical reason why. We ever so slightly tapped it. No, we haven't just yet. Really not interested in any longs here in this zone. No longs here. the main reason why this is a dangerous area to long, right? Let's pull out that daily level also on Bybit. I'm really not interested here in any longs in this area. I want to check altcoins. Are they getting destroyed with this drop or maintaining ground? Fowler Network saved the day. It saved the day. I did put a significant chunk on Fowler Network. Well, 25k, which is it's a significant chunk. Made some pretty nice profits on that. And we have some dollars. If you've been following the strategy there, we have some dollars on the sidelines. I would be interested in buying some altcoins in this possible dip, because Bitcoin will drag some altcoins on this drop if we do not react at certain levels. Getting a bit of an SFP, getting a bit of a reaction. I would be ready to take a bit of profits here if we do successfully move up. I'm not interested in the long, I have to say. Not interested in the long here, guys, and I will explain why right away. If I am looking at this as a possible A wave, and this is a flat B wave right there, the danger of this movement down is that we are forming a double 1-2, and we just starting a major third wave here to create a 3-4-5-4-5 scenario, and we should be inside of the in the third wave. Well, potentially we could be inside of the third wave of this corrective structure, right? If you're inside of the third wave, if this is a double 1-2-1-2, you're just on the initial stages of the third wave, and you're gonna get a volatile move of a few $1,000s. Any longs here are very dangerous. They're very, very dangerous, guys. I'm just really not interested here in catching the drop. I would rather see a sign of strength and jump into a long once we break some bearish structure, and jump into a long once we get a good sign of strength, get into the first corrective move possibly, right, if we do get a solid move up. But trying to catch the bottom here really does not make any sense based on what I explained, right? If this is one of these scenarios, right, that has been mentioned, that we're looking for that corrective move down here, if we are going to go to lower levels, which the technical analysis does suggest that we are inside a possible third wave on this C wave, right? If this is a C wave, right, 1-2-1-2, and we're just building up here the aggressive drop down. So it's a dangerous zone, right? Let's just keep it that way. This, for me, this red box area, I'm not interested in the SFP here from the lows personally, right? Claim the lows. Could we get a massive bounce here, or a small little bounce of $1,000 or $2,000? It could happen, but I'm just not interested in it, based on what I explained, right? ABC flat. We've got these movements throughout the last few days, last week. This could be a double 1-2. We're speculating of a contracting diagonal right there with the legends, but it wasn't making too much sense, purely based on the timing. If this were to be a contracting diagonal, and this is a 1 wave, we got a 2 wave, a 3, a 4, 5, right, in the next week or so, the timing wouldn't look too great. It would it could. It would be a little bit extensive on the timing, but it could still be a contracting move. It could still be a contracting diagonal right there. Not gonna lie, it could still be it, because you can technically count a kind of a 5-wave move here, like a descending wedge, but it's the unlikely scenario. if we were to get a pretty epic bounce here, we'll have to analyze the bounce, because I do think that a lower high is very much possible here, based on this is the first wave down on a ABC, right? 1, 2, 3. You get the aggressive move down, 4, 5. That is only if we were to pop out here. I would be speculating on a short, you know, in between 50% and 7, 8. I mean, if that were to happen, then we'll analyze that bounce. If we, you know, we'd have to get to $96,000, $97,000, depending on the price action, depending if we move in a 3 wave right there and it's very choppy, right? Then we say, guys, you know, I'm going to jump into a short position here, just purely based on this is the first initial wave 1 in a contracting diagonal right there, 5 wave move. But I don't think it's the likely scenario right now, based on the timing. Let's take a look at the timing compared to the first initial wave from the rejection of all-time high. We've got the timing, Fibonacci time from all-time high to that low on the 20th of December to the high of the B wave, right? The flat. I mean, we are just about to cross the 1.618 extension. So, you know, for this to get a move up in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, we should be crossing the 3 to 1, 4 to 1 time. This will be 3, 4 times longer than this A wave, right, from this movement down, which, you know, it just wouldn't make too much sense. So it makes more sense that the move should happen in the coming days, getting down to the, you know, below $90,000, even, you know, $85,000. It makes more sense based on the timing that this should happen in the coming days, right? Entering into 2025. So, you know, this red box area is just a dangerous zone for any longs, in my opinion. Could we get the bounce? Then, you know, we would have to analyze that bounce very carefully. The other outcome, you know, I would be interested in a short if we were to move up here. However, you know, what would be very interesting here is if the price moves up and takes out this high. I mean, that would be extremely interesting. This for me would be a short scenario to come back down to the lows. I mean, it would be a crazy market move, but the main reason why is because the other option here, the other bullish option, would be a WXY in a zigzag here, a flat and a flat here, double flat, right? Which is has to be one of the most craziest type of corrections. Very rare, but you know, if we were to take out this high, I think this would be a moment where a lot of people would suddenly shift bullish, and I think we could get a pretty sharp pullback down to claim the lows again. But I mean, this is really extremely speculative. It's the most unlikely scenario. We would have to take out those highs in the coming days to even think about that this could happen. But you know, it's another plan. It would be another plan, right? If we start moving up very aggressively, right, we're going to see descending wedge breakout. This is it, right? You know, we're not taking out the lows. We're heading up to all-time high. It will be very interesting because it would not make sense. It would really not make sense to get a recovery here and, you know, start breaking through to all-time high. The price is is very likely not going to successfully move. If we were to hit this high from last week, it's extremely unlikely that we're going to succeed to move up here. Could I say that this is the ABC end? We've claimed the lows. It's a zigzag ABC. You've claimed the lows of the A wave. This is it. It would be unlikely. It would just be so unlikely. Anyway, we would have to speculate on that move if it were to happen, which I think is just, let's just not talk about it, because if we do get a move up here, then we'll talk about the different scenarios. But it's just, you know, as a technical analyst, I need to come with different scenarios, right? You know, different levels where I would be interested in trading. So we just need to imagine, hey, what if we do break up from here? Well, it would be unlikely that this is an end of a corrective move, ABC. And we would have to start thinking of other type of corrections, which would be, you know, W right there, X right over here in a flat, and another flat right over here to end Y, and then you get the movement up, which would be, you know, would be pretty crazy. But if we get a move up, we will talk about that in the next video updates. For the moment, this is dangerous zone to long. It's a dangerous zone to long here, guys, and I do expect lower prices. What's the first bouncing zone if we do not, right? If we start breaking down, you know, there is that low on Coinbase and the daily. I mean, we got this daily that on Coinbase was not hit. This is where we're reacting currently at the moment. That wick that we formed on the 5th of December, right? Is it? Yeah, 5th of December. On the spot exchanges did not take out, right, the lows here from the 26th of November. Not even the daily. And now that daily level is, which is the one that's getting a bounce. So, hey, a bit aggressive, but we just tap that daily. I mean, it's a very aggressive scalp. You can see on Coinbase how that daily is kind of, you know, got a little bounce of a few $100s. I mean, if you are an aggressive scalper, yeah, it was your moment to get in and get out on a small little movement. That daily got the exact bounce now here just 10 minutes ago. Very aggressive. I mean, it was a move of $500. You know, we could make some gains with a 500, but you had to be ready. You had to be ready to just execute that daily reaction, get a little bounce. High leverage, stop loss, you get a 2-to-1 risk to reward, bang, bang, you're in, you're out, right? Kind of situation. It's just a quick aggressive scalp. So far, that daily is holding. That was a kind of an acceptable long area, but as a scalp, and be very defensive with your stop loss. So anyway, legends, let's go through the comment section. The different scenarios have been mentioned. I would be interested in a possible swing failure pattern from 90,700, and this would be taken also as a scalp, just a quick reaction bounce, or that daily level at 89,900, depending on what exchange you're looking at, right? Something similar to what's happening here. You're looking for a scalp, you know, an initial bounce of $500-600 very aggressively, right? You go in with some significant capital, right? 2-3% using a 50x leverage kind of situation, because your stop loss is just $100 or $200 beneath, right, the lows created, and it's a very, very aggressive scalp, right? But that's the first initial levels that I would expect a reaction here. Which you need to be very defensive. So it is a good longing zone, but the problem is, will you bounce a few $100s and then continue back down to the more interesting higher time frame zone, which is that $86,000-85,000 level explained here just in the last hour with the higher time frame analysis. So yeah, this is the zone. The swing zone is here. Aggressive scalps, yeah, you can take those dailies as some aggressive scalps. This pivot low as well on the spot exchanges. Take them aggressively, guys, because we could be heading here in a larger zigzag correction, okay? Any longs that people want to take here, take them very defensively, and you know, just stay cautious. Let's go right away through the comment section. Now, yes, guys, just after over an hour, you know, technical analysis on levels and highest probability scenarios on higher time frame, lower time frame, just being aware of that 112 as well. I mean, and we still haven't finished, guys. You know, we should definitely talk about the extensions here on this 112 based on the third wave possibilities, right? Third wave possibilities. Right, because if we take into consideration the 112, yeah, we could be dropping to $88,000 at a bare minimum. At a bare minimum, if this is a 112, and we're in the third wave, 88, 89K, maybe a reaction bounce here where the daily is. Yeah, you could get that reaction bounce, form a fourth wave, 4-5, 4-5, then it's time to reverse legends, right? Depending on how aggressive these 4-5s are. But this is like really speculating too much on waves that we haven't got that information. Okay, so there is that danger here to drop below $90,000 based on the third wave, guys. Okay, so let's get that wave done first, then we can speculate on the next waves throughout the next coming days. Andy, let's go right away. Anyway, views on LTC, brother. It is time for comment section. My goodness, that was a long analysis, guys. Over an hour looking at the different scenarios on Bitcoin. My goodness, that was tiring. I'm sorry. I think people, I mean, we're over 1,000 people. That's great, guys. Smash up the like button. I think a lot of people enjoy the projections, the danger zones as well, right? Understanding, hey, this is a big no-no zone for me, guys. Why? We need to explain the projection, right? We need to explain, hey, there's a possible projection of dropping down a couple of $1,000 more, you know, a few $1,000s more, right? You need to understand that if you're taking any longs here in this area, you're really in danger zone, right? You know, it's just not that there's no clear stop losses. You know, do I add to the position? Guys, forget about all of that nonsense. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous level for longing. So what do? You sit on your hands, right? You just sit on the hands, on your hands. Don't be that dude that wants to catch the ultimate low, guys, and look at my super long position, my 1,000%, you know, gains. Don't be like that, guys. That's just, you know, there's a full recipe to fail. Wait for the levels that we are interested in trading, the reactions, the projections, the Fibonacci zones, or wait for a sign of strength where we can realize that we are going to be forming a new uptrend. We'll be analyzing that if it does happen. For the moment, we are very much downtrending, and we understand that lower is likely, especially with the liquidity that there is. Anyway, God says we all know that guy. We all know that guy. Yeah, right. That we catch the low and share 1,000%, you know, P&Ls, right? Yeah. We all know that. There's those guys. Don't be like that, because you will fail. Anyway, my goodness, let's go through the what a super chat here. I got a couple of super chats. Let's go through comment section, guys. Like on YouTube says 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗫 updates. You talked about them. We'll talk about them right away. It is time to take a look at some altcoins, guys. Be defensive. Deleverage ever so slightly. If you're in low time, you know, if you're in low leverage swing longs, okay. I mean, if you've gone too heavy, it's you know, you need to delever. If you've gone too heavy on swing longs on altcoins, if Bitcoin gets this dip, we're going to see altcoins dropping 15-20% on average, guys. So just be aware that that could definitely happen. It's not, I don't want to panic. I want people to be safe. Okay. It's just, here we go. Somebody bringing FUD. I don't want to do that, guys. I just want people, the viewers, to be safe. Okay. Because we are bullish for 2025, but we're short term a little bit bearish. There's the Tether FUD, right, that could bring this shakeout based on the technical analysis, because I know what's going to happen throughout the next coming days if we do drop down to 85k. Well, first thing you're going to see on X is, yeah, this was all because of Tether, right? Well, the technical analysis is providing, is telling us that the highest probability move is that one. I'm wondering if we do get down to $85,000 when people say it was Tether, what will they say when we get the bounce, right? When we actually kind of predicting the high probability bounce, this will be, Donald Trump said this, right? Or whatever, right? There's technical analysis is telling us that move is highly likely. Anyway, got a $69 here super chat here from somebody, my man. Much love, 𝗬𝗫𝗴𝗫. Shout out to you, my man. $69 super chat. I think this has to be one of the highest super chats I've got. I get sometimes $100 from Jason Casper. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you, Andy, for the no BSTA. Nice payoff from your PRQ lead. Sending appreciation. Wow, absolutely awesome. Thank you very much, my man. 69 Canadian dollars. My man, much love to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, just Bitcoin is the one that, helps us on going a bit aggressive on altcoins or not. And I've got a few altcoins, guys, that I can tell you where it's likely to bottom out and where we need to be prepared, okay, for a reaccumulation, right? Because I took profit on PRQ. I took profit on 𝗏𝗏 Network, right? Not going to talk about it anymore, guys, because it's like bragging all the time from, that's it, right? It was a call, profits taken, absolutely awesome. But, I have some cash on the sidelines, and I want to talk about some altcoins that I'm willing to accumulate at these levels that I'm going to talk about right now in the stream, okay? But anyway, thank you very much. PRQ, it's very much 𝗏𝗏 Network as well, guys. Have taken over 50% of the investment from the 11-cent zone, okay? Very just awesome. When we are so bearish on Bitcoin and altcoins also bleeding, right, we always need a saver, right? We always need one of those altcoins that needs to save the day, right, or the week. In the case of 𝗏𝗏 Network, it saved the week. I took profits, right? Took the initial investment and profits eventually. And now we got a really nice bag, right? It's just like, worst case scenario, we come back down to entry zone. It's like, okay. PRQ also, guys, it did about a 3x approximately the last couple of weeks. Happy days. PRQ entry zone was round about 11-12 cent, right? Give or take. This was the zone, did about a 3x. Wonderful, guys. This is good. Thank you very much for the appreciation on the super chat, my man. Somebody's saying Illuvium in OFN you mentioned as well. Let's take a look at Illuvium gaming projects. A little bit more choppy. Illuvium is it's just even ever so slightly in the buying zone that we mentioned. I have to say, gaming projects, could be a little bit choppier, a little bit more aggressive. 𝗏𝗏 Network and PRQ are just awesome projects. There is technology behind those projects, right? And fundamental use. Illuvium is a solid gaming project, right? That's about it. We talked about Illuvium here before this breakout, round about the $40 zone, right? And we basically, I might be slightly in the red on Illuvium at the moment. My average entry zone is I do hold a bit of Illuvium, not much, but do hold a bit of Illuvium. This was the average entry zone. I think we just need to hold on into this possible volatility. I don't think we're going to get a very successful breakdown here anyway. So anybody that's holding Illuvium, it's still it's a great zone. We just need to hold on this local volatility after this correction. Based on Bitcoin. Okay, so anybody that is interested in trading either buying on spots or leverage trading. Be responsible with leverage trading on altcoins, guys. More than a 5x is very risky on altcoins. You do have Weeks. Okay, Weeks is a great platform. You know, you just need an email and a password to trade on Weeks. You also have Bluffin. These are great alternatives from other exchanges, okay? Weeks or Bluffin, they're just as good and legit as Bybit and other platforms, right? That you probably need more information. They need more information from you. You just need an email and a password, guys. Check out Weeks. You got exclusive bonuses with the links down below, okay? You got Weeks or Bluffin, okay? Bluffin has the highest bonus at the moment, and they work just as good. They have high liquidity, okay? Now, Illuvium, yeah, like I mentioned, Illuvium, just, you know, hold on the ride. Hold on the ride. Everything points out that we should be continuing the bull run in 2025. And I do have some reasons to explain why that is likely to happen. But, you know, this is the moment we need to stay focused on these shakeouts. Bitcoin is the leader of the shakeouts on altcoins. So we know that altcoins are going to drop 10, 20% if Bitcoin takes a fart, right? And drops 5%. It's just, it's going to happen, legends. But, you know, I wouldn't say, oh my goodness, this is not a moment to panic. We ain't going to go down to 50K on the drop, guys. It's going to find a bottom and it will reverse. And the most likely scenario, it's in this zone somewhere, right? So, yeah, not to panic, guys. This is just a walk in the park for anybody that's been in the game long enough, right? I've been in the game since 2018. I got in the bear markets. You know, not even Bybit had the chart here on US dollar perpetual. You know, first exchange that I was trading on was BitMEX. I'm not sure if anybody was here long enough trading on BitMEX where they had, you know, it was so crappy. They couldn't handle more than, I don't know, 100 transactions, right? Trades per second, or I don't know, something ridiculous. And you were getting all of these trades basically, you know, not filling, which was so annoying. Like old school kind of broker. Then Bybit came into the game, of course, and changed everything. Plus all of the different exchanges after that as well. But BitMEX was my goodness, what a crappy exchange. Anyway, let's go right away through comment section and analyze the different altcoins. I want to talk about my altcoins, legends. I want to talk about a couple of altcoins that I have here. It's Pyth Network and 𝗖𝗿. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into other altcoins. I don't want to talk about 10 altcoins because then there's going to be a lot of questions. Then there'll be a lot of questions of when is this one going to recover? Why is this one? I'd rather talk about 3, 4, 5 altcoins that I very much understand the analysis and I know there's high probability that they're going to do a 3, 4x in the next couple of months, give or take. 1 month, 3 months, 5 weeks, 10 weeks. Give or take in that range. And, you know, we can profit out of this, right? We can profit out of this. I'm not going to talk about this is going to 20x, this is going to 30x. Yeah, without a doubt. We need to leave some moon bags, right? Such as PRQ, Fowler Network, Cadena, ICP, right? You know, once we hit target zones, we need to take profits, initial investment out, and some profits, as most of them are more than a 3, 4x, and leave a moon bag. And we got a solid entry zone, right? Worst case scenario is coming down to break-even zone or maybe 10, 15% unrealized losses. But what we don't want to do is buy up a pump and be down 60%. That is what we do not want to do, right? And I know a lot of people must have got caught on the November pump. Here in the channel, we were talking about rock bottom levels, and yes, we will hold on a couple of altcoins maybe at a 10, 20% unrealized loss, even though getting down at very low levels. But the people that jumped in late, my goodness, on average, they're down 50%. The ones that entered in November on the hype, right? Where we do see here on Google Trends, right? November was Crazy. People looking for altcoins, crypto, right? Skyrocket. People jumping onto the train when we're pumping. They're not happy today, guys. Most of them are not happy. We are very much at pretty good zones, even though a couple of altcoins have been hitting target zones. We talked about exit strategy, leave a moon bag. A couple of altcoins, we are break even, slight in a loss, I have to say. Okay, not everything is, sunshine and blue skies, but we're pretty much well set off, right? More than average. And November's pump was, guys, do not buy the pumps on any altcoin. On any altcoin in November. We are not buying anything here. Right? We do not buy those pumps, guys. Whoever's been saying this is going to moon, this is going to this, that, the other. We either buy in the accumulation zone before we break out, or we do not buy. Because then this happens, right? Then how? It's me on YouTube. How am I going to explain my viewers that I read the comment section and try and be as legit as possible? Because there's going to be a lot of YouTubers out there that you're going to ask questions on comment section or in the live stream. Not many live stream, I have to say. And they'll just forget about you. No. We need to answer. We need to talk about the safest buying zones. The ones for me anyway. I'm not a financial advisor. And answer questions. People want their questions answered, right? So anyway, let's go. Thanks for the super chat, my man, Wimbush. Let's go. Continue through comment section right away. Hang on a minute. I haven't gone through my altcoins yet. Lol, bulls are getting wrecked, says Yoniverse. Yes, bulls are getting wrecked, guys. Stay cautious. I mean, I don't mind my spot bags, guys. I don't live out of my portfolio. Portfolio is there basically, and it's going to get a bit of volatility, and I'm willing to hold a bit of this volatility to the downside, which is totally fine. And I'm kind of expecting it, right? So. Some people might think, why don't you sell all of your spot bags, right? And because we're going to get a dip and then buy cheaper. I don't give a damn, to be honest. I don't give a damn of these 10-20% moves on or 30% moves on the spot bags, guys. It is just hold on strong. Got some cash on the sideline, so which as an experienced investor, I will be willing to at least buy some of these two solid projects, guys. One of them is Pyth Network, and this red box that I do have here is my buying interest zone. This has the same analysis than, say, the 28 to 34 cent zone on Pyth Network is an accumulation zone for me. The same for 𝗖𝗿. 𝗖𝗿 right over here, this is a bars pattern. We talked about this on a previous stream, and this is just chill, buy, chill, chillax, right? This is for the next coming months. I'm happy, with a 3-4x. Hey, not many big fund managers, right, or big different crypto funds or whatever, investment funds, cannot guarantee a 3-4x, right? And I would be very much happy in a 3-4x. I'm realistic, guys. I'm not, I've got a few moon bags that maybe could do a 20-30x in the bull run at some stage. But they're just there in the dust, right? I'm not paying attention. You always have to have, 4 or 5 altcoins that you're leaving there for that 20, 30, 50x, right? You need to have a bag of them, right? Give or take half a dozen. A dozen would be too much already. I know some people like to have 100 altcoins. I have about less than 30 altcoins approximately, which is too much. So it's already too much. I'm not, I've got some cash on the sidelines on some small profits, right, from different cryptos, such as, you know, Constellation DAG, Fowler Network, PRQ, which I would be willing to reinvest on some altcoins. And I think 𝗖, with this bars pattern, you know, is telling me that 𝗖launched in 2023. We got the first initial wave on 𝗖. I mean, this is only one wave up in this bull run. Bull run started throughout 23 or early 22, right? If we take a look at Bitcoin, late 22. First wave, second wave. First initial wave of the third wave. So what we're expecting on this one is to take out the highs on 𝗖 from March, which is at $1.15, because we are going to be forming the third wave of the third wave, right? So yeah, you know, the recovery pump here, whether that is going to happen in January, February, or March, will be pretty explosive, and this will be a quick 3x. Of course, this is going to take some time. This is going to take some time because we only just finished 2 weeks ago the high here from this expanding move. And when you just for a quick example, this is the price of 𝗏, by the way. This is the 𝗏 price action from the last year. And just so you realize, you know, on this expanding diagonal right there, you know, this took a bit of time after forming the peak of the fifth wave here on this expanding move. So it did take a bit of time for this to bottom out from the high to the low. So it is going to take a bit of time regarding 𝗖. We've only had this first initial leg down, and you know, this could get choppy, boring, people in doubt what's happening. Based on the analysis, it's completely normal, guys. You know, this is going to be a boring shakeout period on Bitcoin and altcoins. It's just be ready for that for these weeks. It's a shakeout period, especially for altcoins, guys. We haven't seen nothing yet on altcoins, so the opportunities are endless still for the moment. The moment we start forming those third waves, it's going to be a moment of, okay, guys, you know, we are, you know, leading into the end stages of the bull run. Time to get out. Happy days. We've made our gains, and we'll just be focusing on the channel on mainly Bitcoin technical analysis most of the time, because, you know, now we are still looking for buying opportunities in this bull run. You know, we are in a bull run. You just need to know exactly which are the best zones to buy in, right? Even though it doesn't look like a great bull run. So anyway, let's go right away. Andy, are you not wrong, 𝗖, or maybe 𝗖𝗍? Andy, are you not wrong, 𝗖, or maybe 𝗖𝗍? No, this is 𝗖. This is 𝗖. This is 𝗖 US dollar. Okay, 𝗖 US dollar, which was a Ethereum killer kind of thing, right? But it doesn't matter. It's a great project. I think it's going to do very well. We got the chart analysis. It is a solid one. It's this one right over here, guys. Okay, it's a high cap coin, so you know, realistically, we're looking at a 3-4x at a bare minimum. Could it do a 10x? Maybe yes, but it's already over $1 billion market cap. I don't want to say, you know, this is a good 30x. We're going to 30 billion market cap. You know, I don't want to be that kind of guy, guys. I'm talking about realistic targets. Get in, get out. Just like Fowler Network. We take March highs, get out. We leave a moon bag with profits. PRQ, same thing. We leave a moon bag because, yeah, you know, altcoins could surprise us and make a 10, 20, 30x. On some of our different altcoins. You know, Fowler Network, awesome. You know, I think Fowler Network could go to $2 in the bull run. You know, it's doing absolutely great. I'm leaving a moon bag, not taking all of the profits. This is still a relatively mid-low cap coin. Could this go to 3 billion or 1.5 billion? Absolutely. Still would be relatively small. And it would take us to $1.50 or $2. We want to have that moon bag without a doubt. So let's take a look at some your altcoins, guys. Okay, it's just 2 altcoins. I don't want to have 10 altcoins and add. You know, I realized that these ones in this buying zone could bottom out in the next coming weeks, and you know, I'm looking at a 3rd wave move up. So I want to be in that 3rd wave, regardless of this, you know, going to 10x or 20x. I'm looking for a realistic 3x. And then we'll go from there, right? Then we'll leave a moon bag or whatever. But there's, you know, looking at realistic projections for the next coming months. So yeah, Pyth network, great, awesome project. Chainlink killer, say Ethereum killer, which, you know, obviously not. But, you know, they're good projects. They're very 2 good, solid projects. High cap coins, okay? And high caps usually are the ones first to run, first to recover. And, you know, realistic 3 to 4x is very much possible on these ones. And I'm happy with that. You know, I'll be putting 20K or 50K on these ones as we do come down here, as Bitcoin's dropping and finds a bottom formation. And I think that, you know, in the case of Fowler Network, the worst case scenario, around about 28 cents, 30 cents would be a great zone. Would be a great zone. And, you know, when you take a look at this one on 𝗖, for example, it's very common after an expanding move to sweep up the 4th wave. So, you know, this would be the 32, 33 cent zone is like the ultimate buying zone. That's where I want to buy up, right? When you do take a look at this bars pattern from Brett. Yeah, Brett. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom, boom. 4th wave swept. That was the low, legends. This was the low. This was the low. So, you know, as Bitcoin's going down and we expect lower, we kind of expect this move down on the altcoins as well. The only thing I'm concerned about is the timing. I would have preferred a little bit of a bit of a bounce the last few days and the coming days, and then come down, just based on the timing. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Regardless, it doesn't matter. This is still the buying zone. Whatever happens, if it comes down here in the next coming days, chops, then another wick down, then it doesn't matter, right? This is still the buying zone. We're not here to catch the exact low, end V shape, right? It doesn't matter if we are moving here for the next coming weeks and come back down and then recover. It's just, this would be the ultimate buying zone here in the case of 𝗖. Anyway, major support at $90,300. Yes, sir. That is kind of correct. Round about the 90,300. I mean, we do have that pivot low, daily level. I mean, this zone is great. There's some aggressive scalp longs that you can manage with risk down there, but contracting diagonal, unlikely scenario we get that out of the way. Just breaking down, danger zone, guys. This red box for any longs, okay? Anybody that wants to get into longs, as mentioned on the stream, this is for me a no long zone. It is waterfall. We do have technical analysis reasons to believe that we will likely go to lower levels based on a zigzag right there, double 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, right? We are just basically downtrending, and any longs here, it's too early, as we could be in that 3rd wave. Once we get that 3rd wave, a little bit of a more volatile move of a couple of $1,000, then we can start thinking of possible reversals and bottom formations. There's some very aggressive scalp longs here. The daily, this pivot low on the spot exchanges, right? It is an aggressive long, but it's only for a scalp, right? I would only, boom, reaction bounce of a few $100. If you enter, stop loss at the low, you make a 2, 3 to 1 risk reward, get out very quick, right? Take the profits, be defensive with a stop loss. Because it's likely that we could go to lower levels. If we do bounce, we get a sign of strength, there will be other levels to long, guys, once we get a sign of strength and possible reversal signs, okay? But for the moment, we don't have them. What do you think of GMT US dollar Tether? GMT GMT, US dollar, GMT is, oh, stepping. Never been a fan of this. Never been, is this stepping? No, wait, hang on a second. Yeah, stepping. Never been a fan of these walk to earn. Yeah. This has an unsustainable way of you know, I don't know what this is doing, but I remember this when there was a hype on this a few years ago. Walk to earn, all of this. You need, you know, this is a pyramid scheme without a doubt. You need a lot of people joining so you can pay the people that are walking and earning. You need to buy some some NFTs, right? Shoes that will earn more as you walk and stuff like that. You know, this is just extremely unsustainable way of making a product that is destined to fail. Okay, so you know, it's just not even worth for me going, you know, will it get a bull run? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe yes. You know, in a proper altcoin season, everything pumps. The most shittiest coin pumps, so it might pump. But anyway, do you think Wormhole will claim the August lows? Wormhole also is an awesome project, guys. I got one of the researchers talking about Wormhole as well, and yeah, this one, it does look very, very interesting without a doubt. Interoperability, big investors, partnerships. This one looks pretty solid. Someone, Singularity X, is asking, will we claim the August lows? I mean, this does look pretty August lows down here. Oof. I don't think so. I don't think this will come as low. You know, this movement doesn't look too bad just as of yet. I mean, this is an accumulation zone. This red box that I have here is acceptable for accumulating. This does look pretty good in my opinion. Bottom formation with the altcoins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could this be expanding? Could it be contracting? It doesn't really matter. Everything points out, you know, unless it's a 1, 1, 2 right there. But you know, regardless, I think a big recovery is coming on Wormhole here, entering into 2025, January, February. It looks bullish. It's kind of bottomed out after the massive sell-off that we had from the launch. Big partnerships, interoperability. This one looks pretty damn solid as an investment. Yeah, this one looks a pretty damn solid project. So multi-chain, big partnerships. Yeah, it's just you know, it's very, very likely going to succeed. As an investment, right? I mean, you can buy Wormhole on Bybit and multiple different exchanges. Wormhole, yeah, Wormhole on spot. You can probably leverage trade it on different ones as well. Guys, remember the bonuses that you do have. You got Weeks, which is a great platform. Just an email and a password, and you sign up in minutes, guys. You got Weeks or Bluffin. It just requires an email and a password, okay? So make sure to check out the links down below, which you do have some great bonuses. And, you know, people want alternatives, right? They don't want to provide too much information with the signups. And Weeks and Bluffin are great alternatives, okay? Check out the links, guys. You got some great bonuses down there, and you can trade Bitcoin and hundreds of altcoins, okay? So take advantage of that right away. If fun, Andy, before you go. Okay, yeah, no worries. I'm not going just quite yet, but very soon, I would say. IV fun. Andy Brett, some Brett analysis. Oh man, so many IV fun. Andy, I mean, the thing about taking a look at many altcoins, guys, I usually take a look at a bunch, 5, 6 on average, because I don't want to do a crappy. Oh my goodness, what is this one? Oh my God. What happened to this? Oh my goodness. Wow. Is this the one? Invest zone. IV fun. Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to do crappy analysis, guys, on altcoins, right? Because if not, I could just do a minute and say, okay, we're good here, but this, that, the other. Just like Bitcoin, it took us over 1 hour to look at different scenarios on Bitcoin. So imagine, right? It would be impossible to take a look at 10 altcoins properly, analysis on a live stream. But we'll just do a quick analysis. I don't know what the heck is this. Is it a meme coin on the Tron network? Oh, it's a meme coin on Tron ecosystem. IV fun. Okay. Yeah, you know the thing about this, right? 1.5 million market cap. Okay, this is like ultimate degen stuff, right? Where you got, you can get extremely wrecked on this one or make a lot of money in the next coming months. I mean, this does look like it is getting exhausted. It is still downtrending, but you want to stay away when the price is volatile. When the price has volatility based on an accumulation perspective, you want to stay away, right? You miss the pump, that's it. Don't get in, don't get out. I mean, get out if you bought at lower levels on a consolidation. But this zone, we're not interested unless we're in already. We want to take profits, right? Just like Fowler Network, guys. We're in, guys, we're out. We're leaving a moon bag. I mean, I don't think this would happen. This only happens to memes mainly, and some other projects, but mainly memes. You might buy here and say, I'm leaving a moon bag, and then that moon bag is in the red. Big time. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. This is a low cap. If you put even $2,000 in this, you're going to pump the price. It's a 1.5 million market cap. Maybe not 2,000, but if you market buy at 10,000, you're going to move a few percentage without a doubt. So it's a low liquid crypto. Yeah, and it's a meme coin on Tron. Hey, this is the zone of accumulation, I have to say. This is the zone that you want to be interested in DCAing, right? Just buy small amounts because you might get that pop, just like what happened here, right? You're getting exhausted, accumulation, you get the pop, and you suddenly make a 3x out of nowhere. Take it with a pinch of salt, right? FTM, please. Okay, let's do an FTM buy zone for spot. Let's take a look at Phantom right away, legends. Why not? Let's take a look at Phantom. Ooh, Phantom taking the hit. Phantom dropping. Poof, wow. Yeah, this one's very interesting without a doubt. My goodness. March highs, guys. April highs, March highs is a take profit zone. Regardless of any crypto you got into. You cross the March highs. We just very much aware. We did talk about Phantom many months ago on this corrective move. Inverted head and shoulder. This is ready for reversal. And March highs as a TP1, right? Phantom. What I don't like about Phantom is from the bear market lows, you've formed a 5-wave move here in an expanding move, right? So we're just waterfalling here, guys. The price needs to find choppiness, a wedgie structure to start thinking about accumulating. This is just still very aggressively dropping from the last few weeks. So take it with a grain of salt. With it V-shaped recover in the next couple of weeks. I prefer to look at choppiness, bottom formation, and the fact that Phantom has formed a 5 move here. You got 3 peaks. It could be an expanding diagonal, which could be bringing a huge move to the upside in the next coming months, without a doubt. But it could go to lower levels because this, if it is an expanding move in a wave 1, then we hit the minimum target zone, which is the wave 5, the 50% Fibonacci. However, the timing still tells us that this could be still a few months ranging, you know, for that wave two. At least, I mean, I would say even to February, March, from the lows here to the highs. Whoops, wrong one. Fibonacci time, you know, this could really pull back and go sideways. This one suggests October of 2025. Unless it's a double 1-2. Now, if it is a double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, you're forming the first wave of the third wave, then yeah, you are basically, I mean, yeah, it would be a triple 1-2, and then you're forming, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish the third wave, and then a 4, 5, 4, 5, and you should bottom out in between the golden pocket, well, the 50% and the 7/8 Fibonacci. So it's a wide range of accumulation, all the way down to 47 cents, right? The worst case scenario. But I mean, I would rather wait for a bit of a range formation here, legends, right? Just get a bit of a wedgie structure, start getting those initial bounces, start forming a bit of a descending channel expanding, right, move or wedge. It doesn't matter. This is where we realize the buying zones, guys. This is where we realize the big accumulation levels. So I'm really confused about curve. I have a big bag. Thank you. Okay, Ayun, let's take a look at that one. Anyway, let's just wait, guys. This is still moving down aggressively. I don't think it's going to V-shape anytime soon. We will see some signs of strength. So we'll go to that once we reach it, okay? Bitcoin dropping, no signs of strength. I do think that lower is likely. Pay attention if we do get a flash crash, guys, between today and tomorrow, because of the Tether FUD going down to 85K. That's the zone where I expect a major bounce. You know, I'll just be ready for that level. Be ready for that level. No longs in this zone. If I miss the long to catch the low, then I'll be entering at another level, guys. No rush. Once I see a sign of strength, just remain patient. Let's end up the year well, guys. Don't get wrecked. Don't jump into shorts as well late. If you're not in a short already, end defensive. Let's take a look at curve Dow here. CRV, right? If I'm not mistaken, somebody said curve. Somebody said curve. So I am speculating that it is curve Dow, right? I mean, it's the only one, I think, that's named by curve. Curve Inu, I expect that's not the one. So it has to be CRV. And I need to give a shout out to Aiden in the Legends trading community last couple of months here. In November, basically, at the 30 cents, he was talking about curve, CRV, great spot accumulation right there, just wicking at the low at 30 cents. Still, you know, targeting the high of 160 here. Hey, what can I say of this one? You know, this broke out from this long descending wedgie structure. A higher low is most likely to happen on this one. If this were to be the end of a first wave up here, yeah, this is going to be a little bit difficult. I mean, if I'm going to have to do some micro counts and some different scenarios, 1, 2, 4, yeah, I mean, most bullish case here is that we're not going to drop down. We still need to form a fifth wave. 1, 2 from the low. 1, 2. I mean, the second wave is extremely long, but it doesn't matter. 1, 2. You got the third wave right there. You're forming the fourth wave. You bounced at the 50%. This could be the zone where it does hold. This could be the zone based on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think this would form the fifth wave and finish the bull run, right? I don't think this one's going to go to all-time high. Let's be honest. Unless this is a first initial wave 1. You get the correction throughout the summer of 2025. And then just like the previous cycle where you enter into October, November. And then you get the skyrocket movements on some altcoins late 2025. But yeah, you know, this would be the interest zone on 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗽, and you targeting the highs, you know, round about this 70 to 80 cent zone is a good zone of, you know, DCA, and you're targeting the highs. I mean, it's a 2x, but realistically, right? Anyway, my man, skyrocket under the ground. Yes, you're right. You're damn right. It's not looking too great, guys. I know. I mean, we've had it, but, you know, hey, Fowler Network, bring it on. I'm so happy, guys. You know, I put 25K. 25K is a lot of money, man. You know, over 100K. I'm thinking of taking a bit more profits. But, hey, this was great. You know, ending the year good with a 100K profit on this one. Bring it on. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's unrealized, I have to say, but you're really thinking about just taking it out. But we need to leave a moon bag, especially for a crypto altcoin like Fowler Network. This is an awesome project. So not much more to say, guys. The Bitcoin analysis has been provided the first hour of the stream. Make sure to destroy the like button if you want more daily updates. We have DevAlt coming very, very soon. Daily updates and analysis here on Bitcoin, on the Discord. You have a trial at the moment. Now, DevAlt is another coach that is there. We got Aiden as well, providing the different setups. The markets have been pretty boring the last few days. It is New Year. We're going to be back stronger than ever into 2025. Make sure to join the Legends Trading community or the free Discord, guys. There's a free Discord and a lot of active people out there. I got my Instagram that I opened a few weeks ago. Just a few shorts, podcasts, you know. Just opened this a few weeks ago, guys. If you want to share a follow right there. I sometimes share some personal life stuff. Not too often, but I will be doing more so into 2025. Make sure to follow on Instagram, guys. Just opened this a few weeks ago. See a bit of my personal life some days, okay, if you're interested. Thank you very much, Legends. Check out the exchanges as well. We do have weeks and bluffing, no KYC. All right. Great exchanges, high liquid, just an email and a password, and you're signing up in minutes. Great alternative to Bybit. If you can sign for Bybit, I would go with Bybit. Bybit for me is, you know, my favorite one. Been using it for over 6 years now. But there's great alternatives, of course. Just an email and a password down below. Thank you, Legends, and I will see you tomorrow.